Hi, Celeste Cuffey here of Life Empowered Consulting Services, where our mission is to reach, empower, and motivate others to access and utilize their expertise, their talents, and their skills to build better families, companies, and communities worldwide. Thank you so much for joining me on today for just these few moments of living life empowered. I wanted to share with you about the word power on today. Power. And when you think of power, you think of authority. You think of the ability to do things because you have that right, that authority. You have the right in corporate America as a leader. You have the authority. You have the position to delegate and give assignments. As parents, we have authority to give direction to our children. As educators, we have the authority to educate our children as best as possible in all three of those scenarios. But we are talking about power on today and really the use of power. Now, there are three things that I really want to share with you on today regarding power. But what I want to start with is this quote that I have that simply says, nearly all men can stand adversity. But if you want to test his character, give him power. So really, the first thing that I want you to know is that we all possess power. We all possess it, whether we believe it or not, whether we want to or not, we do. And I think back to when I published my first book, looking back, then moving forward. It had three main premises. And the first one was to learn life's lessons. The second lesson or the second premise of the book was to apply life's lessons. And then the third one was to help somebody else along the way. And so when we talk about power and that authority, because of your experience, you can help somebody else along the way. And so I want you to know, though, that sometimes we think because we don't have the title, we don't have power, we don't have influence, we don't have authority, but that's really a misnomer. We all have influence and we all have power, but it is really in how we use it. And so I want us to be aware of that. So the first thing, let me go back. The first thing is that we all have it. Okay, we all have it. The second thing is how we use it says something about us. Now, it was Plato who said the measure of a man is what he does with power. The measure of the man is what he does with power. And so my question to you is, what does your power say about you? When I think about corporate America and leaders and directors and managers and executives and CEOs, how are you using your power? When I think about parents and educators and doctors, how are you using your power? You know, and it's unfortunate that there are, especially in, some of the professional arenas, that there are some disappointing leaders. As a matter of fact, there was a Gallup poll that actually said that the number one reason why people quit their jobs was due to poor immediate managers or supervisors, that next level reporting, that was the reason why they were quitting. And so we used to say that people don't quit the companies, they quit their managers. I think that's still very, very true. And so there are all these people out here that need leadership skills because how they're using their power is not speaking well of them. So is your power speaking well of you, or are you a bully? Is your power speaking well of you, or are you making decisions in isolation and not receiving feedback that would make the organization better? Is your power speaking well of you? How are you using your power? So just remember that your power says something about you. Okay? And then the third thing that I want you to know is that you should consider using your power to embrace, to empower, and to elevate. To embrace, to empower, and to elevate. And I wanted to use the word power because I do believe right now it has such a, generally speaking, it does have a very negative connotation around it when you think about people with power. 9 times out of 10, we're looking at people that haven't done well with their power in terms of working with people, building people, establishing long-term healthy relationships. We don't tend to think of power in those manners. It typically has a negative connotation. And that's why I started with everyone has power. And then that's why I went to how you use it speaks about you and your character. And so here's the third point, and the last one is I encourage you to use your power to embrace, to empower, and to elevate. And so what does that mean? Embrace means to bring others around, bring them in, to become a support system for them, a village, so to speak, for individuals. Empower means to give them tools, give them authority, allow them to be part of the team, allow the kids to be part of the family, allow them to help make decisions. Here's the reality. We all have choices. And so even as children, we can teach them how to make good decisions by presenting them with choices rather than just directives, so that they too can learn how to use their power. And then the last thing is to elevate, and which is to go higher. So you know that if you have been embraced and if you have been empowered, the only thing you can do is elevate, go to the next level. That is, of course, if you are using your power well, if you're using it wisely. Now, please do not misunderstand me. Leaders are not perfect. Parents are not perfect. People are not perfect. We are imperfect people. However, we possess power and authority to do the best that we can. And so when you show up at your job, are you showing up with only you in mind or with your team in mind? How are you using your power? When you come home from work, how are you showing up for your family? Are you showing up with you're just tired and you don't want to be bothered? Or are you embracing the day for everyone? And so I just wanted to leave you with those 3 things on today. Remember that we all possess power. Remember that power says something about you. And then also use your power. I encourage you to use your power to embrace, empower, and elevate someone else. And now, one last thing. Here's your action item. Do it today. Do it tonight. Find someone that you can text and say, be encouraged. Find someone that you can send an email to if you're working. You've done a good job. Consider this. Maybe it's a book that you've read that was helpful for you. Share that to a team member to say, you're doing really well. You're on the right path. Hey, this book helped me. Maybe it'll help you. Do it today. Immediate call to action. So that is my few moments of living life empowered. I do thank you for your time. Please visit my website at www.celestecuffey.com if you want more information about the services that I offer. And also my book, Looking Back Then Moving Forward, is available on Amazon. So thank you so much again for your time. And please remember to live life empowered. Take care. Goodbye.